Hello, my name is Steve Packer. I'm the plant doctor at Moana Nursery, here to talk to you about winterizing your water features that you may have in your yard. Why winterize? Because if you don't, then the freezing water and the water feature can cause cracks in the surface from peeling, so you got to keep the water away from it. So the first thing you want to do is you want to go ahead and unplug your water feature, and then take out the pump and any plugs that hold water, and put that, and anything that's loose like this, you're going to go ahead and put inside the house. And then once it's all kind of dried up and everything from being outside in the sun, you're going to go ahead and cover it to protect it from the elements, the snow and the rain. And before you put a covering on it, you want to put some kind of absorbent material here that'll absorb any moisture that may happen as a result of condensation during the winter months. Burlap is a good absorbing material, so what you can do is you can just put the burlap in here, and that way there, when it's covered with a waterproof covering, if there's any condensation, it'll drip on the burlap and not on the concrete that can absorb moisture. When that happens, when it freezes, it can cause cracks and peeling and everything else. And you will also notice that every water feature is not on bare ground. We have it on a brick here that keeps it off the ground so it doesn't absorb any moisture from the soil. And if you get any rain or water, it's not going to be collecting at the base, and that can cause cracking too. And so once that's all set, we have this waterproof cover. Some people will just use regular tarp and everything, but this is made for fountains. You want to just cover it all up. You just kind of push it down. And on this one here, it's got a pointed top right here. You want to maintain that so when the water comes, it'll just run off. So sometimes you may need to put a piece of wood in here to kind of keep it upright, because if you go ahead and bend it down like this, then that can collect water. So you always want to kind of keep it up. And then you want to just cinch it down at the bottom with the cinches right here, and you're good to go. And your water feature is ready to get through the winter. Let's take a moment and talk about winterizing the pottery that you may have around your house, because they are all made out of different materials. And it's important to keep in mind that there are pottery that's available, like this right here, that is frost-proof. It's made out of clay that is so dense that it won't absorb any kind of water, so that water can't cause any freeze damage to the freeze-proof pottery. So before you even think about getting some pottery for your outdoor patio and everything, try to buy something that has the freeze-proof label on it. And these don't need to be winterized at all. They can be outside, they can get the cold, and it won't bother them at all. However, if you do have existing pottery that is not freeze-proof, like this clay pot here or this one here, if water gets in these guys, it can be absorbed into the actual material, and then the freezing can cause expansion, can cause cracking and peeling and everything else. And so these guys, if you can, try to bring them indoors, in your garage or your patio or maybe your mud room at the home, just so they don't have to be experiencing the cold, freezing weather of Reno. Another thing you can do, if you can't do that, take some kind of waterproof material and cover your pots as best you can. And also make sure that your pottery is not on the bare ground where it can absorb moisture. So if you have to, put it up on a little concrete square or something like that, and don't allow it to be in an area where it can be frozen to the ground. This pottery right here has a built-in saucer, and if that has water in it, that can cause problems too. So make sure that these pots can drain thoroughly and not hold water. So as you're preparing for winter, don't forget your water features in your pottery. Get them protected, move them inside, and you'll be able to use them for many years to come.